Cancer, what is going on? It's Chris Anthony coming at you guys live and direct once again with another general reading. And I'm trying this again because this is take 2, Cancer. But this is going to be a general reading from the time between January the 5th and January the 15th. All right, even though this is kind of late, and I do apologize for that, Cancer. It's been kind of hectic for this month of January, this whole new year of 2019. I'm kind of getting acclimated with all the energy, so it's a lot going on. But we're going to tap right into it. This is going to be general, so it may not resonate with everybody. I'm sorry that I can't talk right now. If it doesn't resonate with you, though, then you can check out one of my older videos or the future videos that I'll be doing for Cancer coming up soon. If it does resonate, then you can like, share, subscribe, comment, all those great things to let me know that you're watching and it helped you in some type of way. Let's get right into it. This is going to be your present energies right here, Cancer. Looking kind of good. And then we're going to get into your futuristic energies coming right along right there. Starting off, Cancer, we have the King of Pentacles. So the first thing that I felt when I saw this card was just how you guys are just going to be nonchalant in certain ways when it comes down to your emotional life for some reason. That's just what I felt. Because we know that Cancer can go into depths when it comes down to your emotions and how you feel and how deep you feel and how strong you feel. And you're a water sign, so I understand it. And at this moment, I believe that you could just be closing your eyes to your emotional life a little bit and just focusing on your coins, your finances, your material wealth. As you can see, like in this picture, that's how I feel you guys are doing. It's kind of like you're becoming one with the coin, you know, like you are focusing, meditating on growing your finances, and everything else is just kind of like you're not even seeing it, you know, the other people that are around you, your emotional world. I think you're wanting to maybe have a little bit of an escape from your emotional world, or just, you know, cut off your emotions for a while just to focus on something else. Because I was feeling that in your last reading too, Cancer, how you guys just wanted to be done with that, the whole emotional world and the emotional turmoil and roller coaster, and, you know, having to deal with the people that come in and, you know, make us go on that whole ride. And I think now you're just wanting to focus all that emotional energy into something that you can control, which is your finances. Because maybe you could have been neglecting your finances in the past. So you coming out as the King of Pentacles is definitely representing you focusing on building your financial world, your material world, and becoming quite comfortable with being in that energy, you know? I think you're liking focusing on your finances right now and putting your emotional world to the back burner a little bit, which makes sense. Right below, oh, well, clarifying that we had the Ace of Cups. So this also could represent maybe when you're focusing on your material wealth, you could have an offer coming in from somebody emotionally, just because they see that you're no longer focusing on your emotional world. You know how it goes, like the things we want, we don't get. And when we turn our emotions somewhere else, then that's when the things that we wanted comes running towards us when we don't want them anymore. Like, what is that? Somebody please let me know what program is that runs in this matrix. Like, it's kind of like a cheat code or something. Everything that you want, you will not get it if you want it. But if you don't want it and you stop focusing on it, then somehow you get it. If you're looking for your car keys and you just can't find them, looking everywhere in the house, when you stop looking for the keys, that's when you find them. So yeah, that's happening to you for some reason, Cancer. Like when you don't even want to have any emotional connection with anybody, when you don't even want to have a love connection anymore, and you're only focusing on your finances and you're closing your eyes to anything outside of your financial world and financial stability, that's when somebody is going to come in, and I don't even think you are going to want it. That's how I'm feeling. You're like, you know what? Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. You like me? Okay, cool. Cool. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm focused on other things right now. Yeah, so no, I don't think I'm going to step into that with you. Some of you guys may be on that, Cancer. But for other guys and gals, you know, I know it's mostly like gals that kind of check in. I just say guys, talking about women and female. Yeah. most of you may not want to deal with anything emotional, even though it is going to be coming in, knocking at your door. For other people, this could just represent a brand new beginning and an emotional start because you've been focusing on your finances and now you have that stability. And I cannot talk. I'm going to continue with this reading though. So now you have the emotional stability, and the financial stability because you've taken your attention off of your emotions and went into your finances. And so now you could be having a new beginning in your emotional world. And maybe now you could be wanting it because you have been focusing on your finances so much. And now you have come to a place of stability in your finances. And now you can attract that emotional connection with somebody because you have yourself balanced within your material world. And so that's how the other scenario is playing out. So some of you guys are only going to be focused on your finances and you're like, I don't even care about an emotional connection. Keep it moving. For other people, you have already been focusing on your finances and not really looking at your emotional world. And that could be why you're attracting an emotional connection with somebody, a new start in love. And I like it. Right below that, we have the Chariot card. So you're moving full speed ahead to one or the other. Either you're focusing on your finances and neglecting or just, closing shop in your emotional world, or you've already been focusing on your finances and now you want to head towards some type of emotional connection. But I don't think that's what's happening for most of you guys. I think for most of you guys, you're moving full speed ahead to just, that self-love, being within yourself. Why do I say that? Because you got the Hermit card here. And you have the Hermit card not only once, but the Hermit card came out as the clarifier. So you have a double Hermit message here. So I think you could be, trying to move forward as quickly as possible or balanced as possible onto your life path, onto working on your career, working on your finances, working on, the type of work that makes you happy as an individual, and that's causing you to kind of be a hermit when it comes down to your emotional world. Because like I said, you have your eyes closed and you're becoming one with your money. If it's not about money, then it don't make sense. Like, that's kind of what you're on right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me unless it's putting money in my pocket. Can you put money in my pocket? Can you? Okay, you can. All right. Thank you. Have a nice day. That's what you're focusing on, Cancer. And it makes sense to me. It does. It definitely does. I think this is also you taking your power back. Because like I said, in your last reading, it felt like the whole year of 2018, you guys could have just been focusing on giving your emotions to somebody or focusing on trying to make a connection and trying to have that love life. And it just kind of went sour for some of you guys. And you were just like, all right, look, I'm going to focus on something new this year. It's a brand new year. I'm not repeating the mistakes of the past. I'm focusing on the things that I can control, which is my life path, my money, my purpose, investing in my projects, investing in my business, investing in the things that I know I can make grow. But people, I can't control those things. So I'm going to focus on the things I can control myself. So you could be going into hermit mode a little bit, like I said, with your emotional world, because you're just focusing on the things that you can control. And that's pretty smart, Cancer. I don't see anything wrong with that. You're moving on from something that was burdensome. And I think that burden had to do with you waiting on someone. Maybe you could have been waiting on somebody to love you the way you were loving them, waiting on somebody to come back around, waiting for something. You were waiting. And that was kind of like burdensome to you. But I think you're no longer going to be waiting to get that perfect love life or waiting to be in a relationship with that person that was kind of like taking their time and not wanting to give to you like you gave to them. And you're dropping all of that and you're just moving full speed ahead into your own power, building what you want for your own self. And that is what's going to give you emotional fulfillment right now. Your self-love, like you just want to be fulfilled with what it is you can build. And so your focus is coming in right now, is bringing you balance because you're focusing on yourself, focusing on building your own life. And you're also cutting yourself off from communication with the people that kind of could have caused that emotional turmoil that you were having, right? you're kind of like turning your back and going inside and like, look, I'm focused right now. I don't even have time for anything else. You're also focusing on making some achievements because the Four of Wands represents an achievement, especially in this reading. It doesn't, to me, represent that marriage card in this reading because it doesn't match any of the other cards. So I think you're focusing on getting to some financial achievements, some financial goals, some milestones in your life that you want to be able to celebrate, which is why you're taking on that King of Swords energy at the same time, because the King of Swords is kind of like detached. You know, you're going into hermit mode a little bit, and you're focusing on your finances, your material wealth, and you're kind of like giving people the cold shoulder, because that King of Sword is a pro at giving the King of the not the King of Sword. The King of Sword is a pro at giving people the cold shoulder. Like, don't talk to me. No, I'm cool. No. And a Cancer is pretty good at that too, to be honest. Like I have dated some Cancers, and when they give you that cold shoulder, it's just kind of like shutdown mode, shutdown season. No, don't talk to me. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm not hearing it. We're good. And that's kind of like what you're doing right now. You're giving some people the cold shoulder because you're focusing on some achievements of your own. You don't want to waste any time giving your energy, your time away to something that is not going to build you up. Let's keep it moving, Cancer. We have the Ten of Cups. These are your futuristic cards. Ten of Cups, the Nine of Wands. You have the Three of Wands, and then the Seven of Cups. So, you could also be, you know, in the future, this is what could be coming towards you. The emotional world that you do want, because you're a Cancer, you're a water sign, you do want to have emotional fulfillment. You know, you do want to be fulfilled in your emotional world and have that connection with somebody and have the family, you know, and have the house that matches it and just love, that loving relationship. You want to have that, and I think that is coming your way, but it is going to come once you attract it, once you focus on other things other than just that, you know, which is why I think you're turning your attention. You're kind of being led to turn your attention to your finances, because that is what's going to bring in that emotional fulfillment that you want, because you do want that, you know, but you want it in a way, or the universe is saying you want to receive it in a way to where you don't need it, right? Because the King of Pentacles doesn't need anything else but his pentacles. Like, he doesn't even need that, but he has worked for it, so he has it because he has worked for it. So he doesn't have a need for anything, the King of Pentacles energy, which is why you're going to be attracting some good emotional energy, some emotional fulfillment, even if it's just emotional fulfillment within your financial world. But I believe it's going to, you know, start making you attract that emotional partner that you want, you know, that emotional relationship. Once you just take your focus off of it, off your emotions for a while, and just work at building your own, you know, world, doing your own thing, then that's what's going to lead you to the Ten of Cups card, you know, a completion of an emotional cycle and some emotional fulfillment. Makes sense. You have the Nine of Swords. Gosh, I'm so like, everywhere right now. But Nine of Wands, which represents, you know, you just kind of enduring some of the crazy things that could have happened last year or just in your life in general, and still, you know, being somebody that's kind of like standing. You know, you have your stripes, you have your scars, your battle scars and wounds to show the things that you've went through, but you're still standing. You're still ready to fight. You're still ready to, you know, recoup, you know, and kind of get back up and keep it moving, even though you could have went through some crazy things before. The Nine of Wands represents you being in that position where you still want to move forward and continue to work on your life. So I like that. Like, you're still ready. You're still strong. You still have, you know, your direction in life, and you're ready to fight another battle. You're ready to fight again, which makes sense. Down below that, we have the Three of Wands. So that's the position I think you were in, you know, waiting on certain things to work out when it came down to your emotions. And you're still waiting for that, but you're waiting in a different type of way now. Because before, let me see something. Yeah. This Three of Wands right here has a different energy than this Three of Wands. You understand? Like, this Three of Wands was how you were waiting before. I believe in 2018. It was making you be burdened because you were waiting in a way where you weren't inside of your power. You were kind of giving your power away maybe in 2018, waiting for somebody to love you, waiting for somebody to come around, waiting for somebody to wake up, and it was making you burdened. So you dropped that type of waiting, and now you're waiting, in a type of way where you're not waiting on anybody. You're waiting for your ships to come in. And now you're fully clothed. Now you're standing in your power. Now you are, you have your hand on that wand, so you kind of feel more in control of your life. With this Three of Wands, she just was kind of not in control. She is naked and afraid. And she's waiting, but she's not in her power. This person, however, is kind of in their power, standing there connected to the wands in a balanced way. And you know that what's for you is for you. So this is kind of attracting your ships to you because you don't, have to fill a void. You're already filled up with the things you're busy with and working on. So you're kind of in your power because of that. And so things are going to start coming your way that has been on their way for a while, because now you're waiting in your power. You're holding space for the things that are coming your way instead of just wanting them and needing them and obsessing over them and crying over them and why me? Why don't I have, It's kind of now you're in your power and you're I know that I'm going to get what's mine. Boom. Let's go, Cancer. Last card, we have the Seven of Cups. So this could represent some options that you have, when it comes down to maybe what you're working on or certain options that could be offered to you, right now in your emotional world, some emotional offers that you're thinking about, maybe should you choose or not. But it looks like out of everything, you're choosing to focus on your finances because the Eight of Pentacles here represents you being hard at work at something. You focused on something that you're growing, and that you're trying to put together and build. And that's what it felt like when I did your last reading, Cancer. It felt like you were just going to be busy, doing things and working and building something that you're putting all your attention on. So you don't have that kind of confusion anymore that the Seven of Cups could represent sometimes, because now you've made the choice to choose the cup that will bring you financial fulfillment and also emotional fulfillment, because it's something that you love to do, something that you're working on. The Eight of Pentacles usually represents something you're working on that is very connected to your emotional fulfillment. It's connected to your life path, connected to something that you want to see grow. Kind of that baby that's in that picture that both of them are looking at, and they're focused on that baby coming to a place of maturity that it could be birthed out. And that's kind of what you're doing. It's kind of that might be why you're in hermit mode a little bit, because you're working on birthing something out. You're working on bringing something into fruition. And you're hard at work on it, and anything that's going to be a distraction, you really don't have time for it, which is why you're detached and you're taking on that King of Swords energy, because you're giving cold shoulders to people who are, not about to help you out with what you're working on and what you're focused on. And you want to do this on your own anyway, which is why you're in hermit mode twice. You just want to build what it is that you want to build in your financial world, and you're not going to let anything distract you anymore because you have already in the past and it's over, right? So, Cancer, that is your reading. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. And I will see you guys later for your mid-month reading. And I'm going to try to put you guys at the beginning of the line next time. Once again, I apologize for how late this is, Cancer. I will see you guys later.